To you,
Don't
sir.
spill my fucking coffee.
Don't burn me.
Brian P. Pfiefer, how are you?
I'm good. Did everybody see the picture on the front end of this? Is
I
that
think
how
so.
it works?
I think I don't know yet how I've edited this yet. That picture, yeah. In the penguin suits.
Dude, when you shared that photo, because that's got to be not 20 years ago, but 18 maybe? 18 or 17?
Way overshooting. I think you're making yourself older than you need to fucking be.
Well, I got here.
It was 2008-ish.
Oh. Well, either way, it's
14.
It's a
But
long
you're making
time
yourself
ago.
older.
It's a long time ago.
I know. Honestly, how goddamn handsome were we?
Very, especially in the tux, but also looking at that, it's like looking at a child version of myself, and it's weird. Like, seriously, because the gray is coming in now, and like...
The gray's coming in now. You actually have something resembling a beard at this
Yeah,
point, which
yeah, a little
fucking
bit.
has taken 42 years. Are you 40?
I'm 41. I'll be 42, and it's still really not great. I mean, it's getting there. It's better than it was. I've tried many times in my life to grow facial hair, and
I just got random beard compliment yesterday from a stranger.
how weird is that?
It's strange.
Does it feel odd when
It's
a
very
random
strange.
person's like, "Hey, I
Yeah,
like
it's
your
happened
beard."
twice.
Were they hitting on you, or did they?
I don't think so. I mean, it was a dude. He could have been. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe they like the beard.
Take a
you
beard
know?
compliment any day.
But it happened twice. It happened once at Meyer, and it was the last time I had it really big.
Yep.
And it was gnarly, man. And this dude did one of these things. It was a head nod. It wasn't a compliment, but it was a head nod from a like-bearded individual.
Well, you did the mountain
He goes,
man.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey. So that was one. But then yesterday, I walked into the gas station, and the dude's like, oh, man, nice beard. How do you do to take care of it? And I felt weird because there was a dude sitting behind me. I was like, we started talking about fucking beard hygiene. I'm like, well, I actually just got a brush for it.
Do you use the oils and things like that
Not
as well?
yet, but I may. Depends on how big it gets. You
I'm
know?
so embarrassed that I don't even have close to the beard you do, but I'm already in oils and I've got 3 different types of brushes.
I was actually talking about this at work the other day with a couple people about like, you know, chicks that have facial hair. It's probably an old wives' tale where the more you shave, the thicker your beard will come in.
Okay.
That's the old wives' tale, I think, and I don't think it's true because I mean, it was talking about a woman who had a mustache at a young age, and do you wax it? Do you shave it? You know, do you get rid of it? I don't fucking know. How often do you shave?
Well, is it supposed to be, is it only women or is this also apply to men? Because I can tell you,
Well, we were
I
talking
had
about
facial hair coming in and I shaved all the time, but it did not come in thicker until literally this last year.
just at
really
40.
40.
It's no shit. It's just
Dude.
the real timeline of fucking all of a sudden, boom, you're old and fucked.
You know what's really odd is I was looking at photos from a year ago with my wife, and she said, "You look so weird without the beard. I don't think I like it." So I think she's, you know, we've been together since 2007, but I don't think she has been physically attracted to me until I had some facial hair on my face this last year.
It could no, because what it is once you get rid of it, it's like the old version of yourself. And it's nothing against my sister, but I say all the time, I'm like, anytime I shave, I look like my fucking sister, and I don't want to look like my sister. I want to look like me.
I never really thought about that. I get told I was adopted a lot from my family. Like, the jokes happen so often that there's a small part of me that's starting to believe it because I really don't think I look like anybody particularly. I do think since getting this area to grow in thicker, I kind of see a resemblance to my dad because he's always had the mustache, but I don't know, man. They made that joke so many times, it's in my head that
It just feels better, right? Doesn't it feel better?
I now get why people with beards have food in it all the time. Like, I've definitely had that happen, and that was weird to find something I had eaten earlier in the beard because I didn't realize it had dripped.
That's alarming. And nobody said a goddamn word.
Nope. But it does. I do feel weird as this is, more adulty now that I have some facial hair. And again, it's not the thickest beard in the world, but I feel more like an adult, and I don't know why that is. I guess maybe because I might not get carded if I went in and bought alcohol. But maybe I would still. I don't know.
Well, now at the gas stations anyway, like they have to visit. Most gas stations or places are turning towards literally having to scan the card. So even some fucking 80-year-old going in buying cigarettes.
Is that serious?
Oh yeah, no.
Wow.
Yeah, no. There's I've been behind people in line, especially who are just fucking irate at this person who is doing what they're supposed to do, and they're like, "God damn it! I have to sit here and let this motherfucker yell at me."
That happens.
How the fuck? Why the fuck do you need to scan my license? I shouldn't have to do blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, oh Jesus! I feel like John Quixote's is around me, and I should intervene.
Dude, it happens so much though, where people blame the employees for what corporate does. I worked at a gas station. Do you remember? It would have been super early 2000s, the first time the gas prices shot through the roof.
Right after 9/11.
Everybody freaked out.
Yeah, right after 9/11.
Yeah, so everybody's like freaked out. Truckers were like, and I still don't, maybe I just don't get it. The truckers were on a cross-country boycott of gas, which I assume they needed gas to drive cross-country.
I don't know how it worked. That's the first time I've actually ever heard of it.
Yeah, so it was crazy. And gas had gotten up to like $3. Like high twos.
When the
3s.
fuck did this happen?
It would have been like the early 2000s, and I was working as a cashier.
I'm talking about the trucker strike against gas, boycott of gas.
Oh, it was during the same time. They were pissed off about it.
I want to look this up.
So
never mind, I don't have my glasses. Fuck off.
So yeah. Another perk of being old. I don't have my glasses. I don't have my cheaters. No. So anyway, yeah. Gas prices were up, and people would come in and they would bitch at me. I was an 18 or 19-year-old kid. I'm not choosing to charge you that much for gas. It's not my choice. Why are you coming at me? Like I'm making minimum wage, which was at that time probably like $6 and something or $7 and something. I didn't have shit to do with the gas prices, but they were coming at me hard.
And then the classic either tagline or preface for the bitch is something along the lines of, "I know you're not responsible for it, but then why don't you shut the fuck up?"
I don't think I got that generosity, dude. I had people throw money at me. The drive-offs got so bad.
You just look like somebody they want to fucking throw something at.
Dude, that's happened a lot. I gotta, you know what? Let me finish this, and I'll tell you about getting a full drink or half a drink thrown at me at the movie theater.
Perfect.
But no, so like it was kind of nutty, dude, because then the drive-offs got really bad, and then we had to tell people they had to come in and prepay, and oh my God.
Yeah.
That was a whole other level of psychopath customer back then.
Well, it's like any sort of like policy change anywhere.
Yeah.
You're initially going to have just a fuck ton of like reactions, like no smoking in restaurants or anything like that. You know what I mean?
And people have to understand though that when people are driving off, they have to do something to curb it from happening. I mean, it's just got to happen. I mean, probably they don't because gas companies make billions of dollars, but still, I mean, I get it.
It's just it's so funny sometimes the things that people choose to fucking outrage about.
I'm so pissed off at you right now for making me realize people like throwing shit at me. No, legit. I worked at a movie theater.
You're welcome. I'm going to come up with all kinds of instances where I wanted to throw shit at your fucking face.
Wow. I'm sure of that. I am sure of that. No, concession stand, right? You know, you got a line of people. Somebody comes out, they want their free refill. Well, they have to get in line. They don't get to jump to the front of the line because their movie's already started. This dude wanted me to refill his drink, and I had 3 people in front of him. I'm sorry, you have to get in line. Launched it right at me, dude. Half full, exploded all over the place. Again, people throwing shit at me.
How do you respond to something like that? Do you respond professionally or
no? I actually tried to fight him. And I did. I yelled. I was probably 19 or 20. I yelled for my boss to. He literally said, "Clock me out," because I was like, "Well, I'll get fired if I'm on the clock." And I tried to fight him, but I didn't even get close to the guy. He took off, and I had other employees that didn't let it happen. And honestly, I probably would have got my ass kicked. I mean, he was a much bigger dude. but it pissed me off, man. Like, who does that? Like, over a drink.
I mean, how many TikTok videos or viral videos do you see of somebody losing their mind at McDonald's because they got an order wrong and want to jump over the counter? I don't understand. I don't understand where this comes from.
It's
like
progressed.
You've seen me in my life. Like, I've had a fairly reputation as like being a hothead.
You did. I don't know what I mean? You do anymore.
Not anymore, but like back then especially.
Yeah. You
but
you blow up.
Even then, I wasn't fucking assaulting like people. I don't understand how you get to that point.
Here was the levels of Smitty. This is great. I call it the levels of Smitty.
So probably you figured out a long time ago and you never fucking told me, and I'm just hearing it now.
Well, it starts with an eye roll. So if you're in a meeting with Smitty of any sort and he doesn't like what's happening, it starts with the eye roll. And then what happens
You know what I say all the time? Because people have called me out for eye rolls before, and I go, you know what the fucking eye roll is? It is an involuntary response to something fucking stupid.
Well, here's my favorite, because then it starts with involuntary. I think they're involuntary. Involuntary movements of uncomfortableness. Like if we're at the table, like you'll see Smitty, like first the eye roll, and then his arm will twitch and he'll look up. He's like doing this at the table. Then it's the skin change. Oh my God, I don't think anybody I know gets redder than you when you get pissed.
Really?
Dude, you are fire engine red. So then that happens, and that's like the third level. And then the fourth level is Smitty going...
Levels of fucking Dante's Inferno.
You do, well, but your explosion, I never say you hit anybody, but what happened is as soon as you get past the red point, it's, you stupid motherfucker, and you point. You point at people when you're yelling at them. And I don't know anybody else that actually points, but you point with your finger, and it's so hilarious to watch. I think I've only seen that level like maybe 2 or 3 times that I can recall. But my favorite is the eye roll into the involuntary arm twitches where you can tell you're just uncomfortable and you want to say something, but you don't.
Dude, honestly, back at my full-time job now, I'm at Turtle Creek. And this is my second go-around at Turtle Creek.
Yeah.
Where I was way worse the first time. Okay?
All right.
The angry fucking shit.
Oh, does Angry Smitty still exist?
Well, that was the point, is that I don't ever get mad there.
Good.
I'm so low key that anytime anything about my anger issues come up, or I happen to once in a while get mad about something, they're like, I've never seen Smitty get angry in my entire life.
At least level 1 Smitty's got to show up once in a while with the eye roll.
That has happened because I'm a fucking twitchy fucking spaz. You know, where I just fucking do things.
You just love it. This is it.
It's so stupid.
Can you zoom it in on me? This is Smitty.
Yeah.
I love it. I've only ever seen the super angry you like twice, maybe 3 times. Once you and I over the phone were going at it.
Yeah. No.
But other than that, like I don't think
that's funny.
I don't think I've ever really seen you like put your hands on anybody.
Well, it's been a long time. It's been I was trying to think about that. When the fuck was the last time I was in a fight? More than 20 years ago.
Really?
Yeah. It's not something I do on purpose anymore.
How many
it's not
think
fun
you've
to go
been in?
get in a fight. How many?
Was it a military thing, or were you fighting before?
There were times in the Army where you just, I don't want to say you go in looking for a fight, but when the opportunity presents itself, you're like, all right, I guess we're doing this.
Take out what you're pissed off about on to somebody else.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. But then, I've been in fights where I've won. I've been in fights. I've probably been in 8 to 9.
Before you fight, do you eye roll?
Probably. That's probably what leads. That's probably what leads to it. That's a trigger.
Man, I'll tell you what. I don't think I want to fight a twitchy motherfucker, as you put it. Like if somebody's squaring up on me and they eye roll and then they start twitching, I think the fear level would rise really quickly. Like, why is he twitching?
Dude,
what's going on with the twitching?
Dude, honestly, it feels rewarding to not be mad all the time.
It's a good thing.
Dude, it really does.
Yeah.
I feel so much more like even keel. Even driving, there's no road rage anymore. I was trying to explain it to a really young coworker, and she road rages the fuck out. She admits it. And I'm just like, you got to put yourself in situations or remove yourself from situations that are not going to piss you off. You know what I mean? It means you need to slow the fuck down when you're driving, probably.
I don't think I should drive if that's the case. I literally wanted to run an old lady off the road on the way here because she almost hit me and then ended up in front of me after almost hitting me and then decided to drive 20 under the speed limit.
Yeah, but wanting to murder once in a while is okay.
But it's calling them every name in the book and flipping off.
Plus,
a
if they do something
okay.
really stupid that endangers you, I think I'm not saying I don't get mad, but I like to take the scenic route. I don't ride people's asses. I keep a good fucking distance. If somebody's riding my ass, I'm just like, whatever. We're cool. And then I just fucking, as soon as I'm like, if we had a passing lane, I'm like, have a nice day.
I just
don't give a
can't
fuck.
picture that with you. Like, I know we're not around each other all the time anymore, but I can't picture somebody riding up your ass in a car and you just being like,
Used to
"Sup,
not be
bro?
that way.
It's all good, dude." You know,
My
like, I
first
can't-
fucking instinct is to go, fuck off.
That's
It's my first instinct.
see, and that's exactly what I would expect from you. But
Nope.
you're.
I'm proud of
Do
myself.
you have to actively in your mind go, don't get mad, don't get mad? Like, are you telling yourself that? Are you actively doing it? Or is your body now just doing it automatically?
So I get the fucking eye roll and twitchy thing. It's like my body tenses up, and I'm just like, I want to fucking rage the fuck out. Just trying to explain this shit to people at work, and they're like, I don't understand who you are because I've never seen that before.
Do the rage out thing again.
This is why I relate to the Hulk.
Now everybody knows what Smitty looks like taking shit.
This is why I relate to the Hulk. That's why he's my favorite superhero. It is the most relatable thing because all I want to do is fucking rage and break shit.
Are you always angry?
A lot. No, not anymore. That's the point.
But I'm
I
asking
was.
for correlation because the Hulk says he's always angry. That's why he is the way he is.
Yes. I mean, it's always there. But trying to now, I'm like fucking Hulk in Avengers Infinity War, where he's the angry guy, but he's still cool.
Well, what was your? I guess what was your like moment when you're like, I got to change who I am or change how I react?
Well, I mean, honestly, and it's not like I don't feel like I'm talking out of school or anything, but Levi and I, when we were living together, it was just realizing we were at each other's throats when I was doing the fucking morning show from the basement.
Oh,
You know what I mean? And we were at each other's. We were picking at each other to piss each other off all the time.
which
That's
is
basically what it
hilarious
is.
because I never would have known that because you are always posting these like food cooking things with the two of you, and like,
Well,
I was like, oh, those brothers get along so well.
No. I mean, we do, but there was a level of irritation that living together created, doing the show under his bedroom created, where it was at each other's fucking throat more and more and more and more, and I was pissed off all the time. And a great fucking friend of mine, her name is Regina. I worked with her the first time at Turtle Creek.
Mm-hmm.
So she's seen fucking Angry Smitty, I'm sure. Actually, I'll talk about working with Regina at another job where my anger issues came up after this. But Regina messaged me, and she was listening to the morning show, and I talked to her about this afterwards. She said she didn't mean it like this, but she says it sounds like you're mad all the time, and I don't like that. I'm like, I don't want to be that fucking guy. It's been hard to not be the angry guy doing the podcast thing because sometimes I feel like I gotta fucking feel that as like fuel. I'm good with ranty things and things like that. But, just I don't know, I've somehow fucking gained the ability to just change my perspective. When something shitty happens, it's like, okay, you're getting mad for a reason. You're getting mad at, it's your perception of what was either said or done. You're not looking at the intent behind it. Was the intent hurtful? Was the person, 75% of the time, the way you hear something from somebody else is not how they mean it.
Or read the emails that come to you. I feel like somebody sends you an email, you instantly read it, pissy, even if
You're
it
like,
wasn't intended to be.
And even if it was pissy, again, our brains work so differently. You have no idea what's going on in there. So either somebody could be having a bad day, being short. It could be a completely different meaning than what you're seeing.
Yeah.
Things like that. You know what I mean? And just being able, and it's just progressively, I've been able to, rather than like actively try to shake it off. I'm like, okay, do one of those things. Okay, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal.
Breathe in deep kind of thing.
So there's still those moments, but those happen less and less too. Where now it's just like I don't even really respond negatively in the first fucking place.
Well, let me ask you this, because I see parallels between us in how you're perceived by other people. You mentioned that people might still perceive you as this angry person who you're not really the angry Smitty that a lot of people may know or remember.
I'm happy as fuck.
But like for me, I feel like on the same path with the radio show that I do, I'm not the lowest common denominator as we used to refer to the style of radio I did.
That's what we did.
And I feel like I can't shake that image no matter what good I do in the community, or like it's such a hard thing to perceptually change the people around you. Like, that's why I was asking, like, does it frustrate you if people still think of you that way? Because I feel frustrated whenever I have to, like, explain I'm not 20 years old anymore.
If we're being honest, it's frustrating when you try to tell a group of people being followers or whatever that you're doing this new thing and this podcast and things, and it's, you know, it's only been getting better and better and better, and nobody fucking watches it because they clearly have this perception of you as a radio guy who does Stuttering Smitty or what the fuck ever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And people don't give your fucking podcast time of day. I'm not saying everybody. I'm saying I know what the fucking numbers look like. I say I know what engagement numbers, which are what help social media and YouTube. It's people liking, it's people commenting. And we talk about this shit all. When we post things and we were like, hey, like, comment. It's not that we're just saying it to hear ourselves fucking talk.
It's to grow engagement.
It's to grow. So that's what's frustrating.
Yeah.
Is like people that they say they like you. They say they like you on the fucking, and they say they'll follow you to wherever you go. But every time you post something, now we talked about this off the podcast, social media, Facebook specifically, we're talking about fucks you.
They don't let everything down.
They don't let people see what the fuck. And I'll show like, it says, okay, you want to spend money for $50, you can have 729 more people view this,
right? And
then
like, and they may not interact with
here.
it, and it won't help you any.
Right, that's the thing. You know, people that make content, we talked about this as well. People that make content, Facebook uses them to bring views to Facebook, and then just fucks them. On really every aspect of like promotion or anything. It's impossible for things to go viral damn near unless it goes really fucking viral. Yeah. If a bunch of people, how many posts we've made or the something in your mouth things that I've made and put out, some of them have gone really well. Other ones have gone like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Especially if you post an outside link, Facebook shuts that like a YouTube link or something like that.
Yeah, and I think they're even working, like a lot of people have been doing the check the comments to get the link. Yeah. And I think that they're even working on ways to stop that from working, to throttle it, because they want you to pay. They're a public owned company. They want to make money. I get it. But also I'm like, these content creators are giving you the content that you are giving to people to view. Why do you want to hurt them so bad? I mean, they built the audience for each of these different platforms. The content creators are the ones that built the audience, and now you're shitting on them.
Yeah. I mean, they really are. They really are. It fucking pisses me off because now I have to spend money to promote a new thing. I didn't really want to.
So I try to share your stuff on my personal page. Yesterday I had to unshare something from my my work related page because I forgot the end of it. I had shared your something in your mouth trailer, and I forgot the end of it. It's just your brother just going to town on some dick suckers. And I'm like, I might get nailed for that. So I unshared it from Instagram, but I try to share it with my personal pages because I don't really care. I don't let people who I don't consider friends on my Facebook like a lot of radio people do. They'll just let anybody be there. I don't, because I don't want blowback from anything that I post, on my personal stuff to come back to me. Like,
I was on the fence on that for a while.
Yeah.
I've decided to just do everything publicly.
Yeah.
I don't put anything super personal necessarily up there
Yeah.
anymore anyway.
I think it's weird too. I've had people in the past that like would add my parents or add my wife.
Yeah, that's weird.
And I thought that was really strange.
If fucking people didn't do shit like that, we could actually have nice things.
Yeah.
It
just felt really awkward. And so I just, obviously, I don't think it's hard for people who know your and I relationship to have a clue who I am or what I do.
I mean, it's different too if you want to stay anonymous.
Yeah. And I don't care who knows my personal name or whatever. That doesn't bother me. It's just, I have had weird stuff happen over the years, like people adding my wife, adding my parents. I think my brother got a friend request from somebody once and was like, "Who is this?" And I was
guess
like, "Oh."
It all depends on what you think social media and networking is,
Well, that's why I believe I have a show page for that. That's like, I always handle interviews that I set up. All that goes through my show page. And I'm like,
right, but that's, again, we're talking about perception. That's what you're using social media for. But other people, I don't necessarily think it's that creepy all the time. Because I think that...
probably not.
Yeah.
It probably wasn't intended to be creepy. I just perceived it that way. And so that's why I made the choice many, many, many moons ago that if I don't know somebody and if I'm not friends with them in some capacity, I'm just not going to let them on my personal page. And I keep everything on my personal page on private. Plus, there's people who hate you in any type of job where you're a public figure, and they hate you, and they will do whatever they can to shit on you and make you feel like trash. And like, I understand not everybody's gonna like me or what I do. I'm sure you understand the same thing with your podcast. There's always gonna be dicks, but I just don't want to give them access to my life that I don't feel like they need to know about or see. I even feel weird when I post photos of like me and my wife doing stuff on like my show page, but at the same time, I don't tag her so nobody goes and bugs her.
See, I wouldn't do that. I would never. I don't think I would post like family pics or anything like that on my show page on the because that, to me, that's different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It weirds me out, dude. There's so many cool things about like working in a job where you're a public figure, and I've gotten to do so many amazing things because of my job. But there's a lot of downside that I don't generally talk about all the time. But like, there's a lot of downside to being a public figure, man. Like, you can't have a bad day. So if I'm in a pissy mood for whatever reason, I'm just upset. If somebody or anybody recognizes me anywhere and starts talking to me, like, I have to turn it on. I have to be happy guy because I don't want to upset them. I don't want to piss them off. It's not their fault I'm in a bad mood.
What makes me can't wait for? I can't wait for fucking mushrooms to be decriminalized. Because from what I've read about those goddamn things, I have the same sort of like social anxieties. You know what I mean? Where I just say, I always describe it to people like this. Like, I am Smitty. Like, I can be Smitty, but it usually takes me getting amped up about something to be all fucking loud and whatever. You know? And like, people think, I worked at bars, and I go hang out at bars, and people come and they expect you to fucking
be super
talkative. You go to events all the time. You got to be on. It's like being married. It's like getting married. It's like your wedding day, where you're the most important person in the fucking room, and everybody wants to talk to you. And I don't think I was the most important person in the room doing radio, but everybody wants to talk to you if you're at a radio event.
Yep, and I don't think I don't know, I guess there's probably some D-bags out there that have giant egos. I mean, anybody who works in we all have a healthy ego, but at the same time, there's levels. Like, I know when I'm at a station event, people are going to probably want to talk to me, and I love talking to people, but it is exhausting after 3 hours. It drains me. And it's because I'm an introvert for the most part. No, you would never know listening on the radio, but I am an introverted extrovert. I can be extroverted when I need to be. I can do it for my job. But dude, it sucks the life out of me by the end of it all. Like, I'm just like, okay, I need to sit in my car for the next 30 minutes before I even try to drive because I need to just like decompress from that. Like, and it's not because I don't love it. I love doing it. I love talking to people. I love meeting people. It's great. But for some reason, that being so social and it physically just drains you. It
no.
sucks it right out of you, dude.
We
It's
talk,
crazy.
again, not talking out of school, but Levi, that's the main reason why Levi doesn't do the podcast anymore. Because it's the idea and the feeling of socializing.
Yeah.
Let's do it at work. You know what I mean? It's hard to do that in 2 jobs. Man, you want to talk about how social I have to be at Turtle Creek?
Oh, I'm
serving?
sure. Yeah.
I have to be on, man, all the time. And I'm not burnt out, but I feel burnout.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel burnout coming if you don't take a break. That's why I take a day every once in a while. Sometimes you just got to take a fucking day.
The burnout thing's that's real, dude. Like, I didn't realize how real that was. Like, during COVID, I went into work every day still, even though not everybody did. I still went to the studio every day. So nothing really changed for me. But what's crazy is after all of that, when everybody was returning back to work, that's when I started to feel that burnout. And I don't know why it is, but that was like the first time I experienced that burnout feeling where I'm like, okay, I need some sort of break.
Any goddamn break?
I need to breathe. I need to think for myself and just take some time to myself.
Yeah.
And it's such a weird thing. I didn't really buy into burnout. I think because for such a long time, it was just constant work. And, I have my radio show here, but I've also had radio shows around the country on various stations from a home studio. And so I would do one job, go to the next job, go to the next job. And again, that requires a lot of hours of being peppy and happy and, hey, I'm feeling great. I hope you're feeling great too. That kind of a thing, even though I might not be feeling so great. And it eventually did. It just kind of burned me out. So now I'm just back to one job and I'm kind of happy with it.
You know what it reminds me of? Is I remember Living Color, the show Living Color?
Yeah, heck yeah.
They had the bit, I think Damon Wayans was in it, and it was the Jamaican family. And they were all talking about, they brought the boyfriend came home bringing, the daughter's boyfriend came over, who was non-Jamaican. The daughter was Jamaican.
Okay. And
he's like, how many? And they all of them had like a million fucking jobs, I got 16 jobs. That was like the fucking key phrase in it. And I got 14 jobs. And then fucking the boyfriend came over and they go, how many jobs you got? I got one. One job. One job. I remember that.
Dude, it's tough, man. You make ends meet. You got to work as many jobs as you need to do it. I mean,
well, it's not worse. I don't want to say I'm not having doing what I want to do in here.
Right.
Like this pays a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not making a lot. But
wait. But with your help, we allowed to look at the camera. But with your help, you can make Smitty's dream come true.
Honestly, I'm going to AI yourself onto Sally Struthers like she's talking to African kids.
For just $0.25 a day, you can help feed Smitty.
It's not too far from the truth. Just about $0.25 a day.
And I did want to say this.
But it's like having a full-time job while still having to basically fund this thing.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I was going to say, like, even if you don't watch his videos or your friends you don't watch your friends' videos that do this stuff, you can still like it and share it, and it still helps them. And it doesn't take time to hit like and share something. Like, you don't necessarily, maybe you don't have time to listen right now or watch right now. That's fine. You can still hit like and share. It still helps the views.
Hear, hear.
Right, yeah. For $0.25, you can help feed Smitty.
Honestly, that's your fucking... I've been thinking about, like, because I'm doing new content. I'm trying to promote the fucking Smitty Learns Irish podcast. I'm thinking about breaks in between videos that I'm going to put segments of explaining all the shit I do with links and things, you know? Yeah. I was just thinking about, that could be it. I could make your Sally Struthers commercial, all the fucking ways that you could help Smitty, and that's the break.
I mean, honestly, dude, it sucks to do any sort of content creation and not get some sort of help, specifically from friends and family. Like, I don't
get that with a radio show too.
Yeah.
Now, what it is a lot is just people are like, okay, I see it. and I get it. They just don't think.
It's
I do the same thing.
It's internet burnout.
It's internet burnout. I do the same thing when I'm scrolling. Sometimes it's a conscious decision to go, oh, and like something.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Even like fucking YouTube videos. I watch YouTube most of the time. I know how valuable likes and comments are.
Yeah.
But I'll go and watch something. I don't think it'd do that shit.
Right now, there's a whole trend on TikTok where people are just being brutally honest in their videos, and they're saying, look, I have a roof that needs to be replaced. I need you to watch this video for the next 60 seconds. And if you do, you know, I get paid $1 per, I think it was 1,000 views or something like that, which sounds really high, to be honest with you. Maybe it was per 3,000 views. I can't remember what they said, but they're literally explaining it to people that, you know, if you just watch this video for 60 seconds, you can help us replace this roof, and my family's not going to be homeless.
That's the thing. When you put something out, doesn't matter what it is, that you're super excited about, you thought it was a great fucking bit, and you throw it up wherever, and it just, like, you look at the analytics, and you're like, well, 5 people saw that in fucking 2 days. Thanks.
Wind out of the sails, right?
It just fucking demoralizes you. And then, again, with, like, the way Facebook fucks up you trying to promote things, they won't let you do links. When I did, like, the substitute Santa Christmas thing, right? You know, the way you have to promote it is, like, I post a picture with the information, say go to the comment section, because that'll kind of skirt the Facebook's algorithm.
Yeah.
And you do that, and then it blows the link out. It makes the link unclickable. You can't get to it. So then now what's the fucking point? You had all this stuff for a premiere for this fucking thing, and then nobody could see it. And you have to go back and repost it. So all people saw it and liked it, and then they don't see the fucking new one that you had to post. They're like, oh, I saw it.
Yeah.
Saw it. You know what I mean? And you're just like, get fucked. Not the people, but just the scenario.
Yeah. Well, and Facebook, the other problem is they're all buying each other out. So Facebook owns Instagram.
Yeah.
So the algorithm works the same for that type of crap.
Instagram actually has worked for me fairly well up until recently. I don't know what they've done.
Somebody told me Reels was like the Wild West. That's where you could still go viral.
I'm trying to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like the photos and stuff, like you get to a certain level, you're allowed to tell people to swipe up, and then there'll be a link there. I guess that's the one that's been getting cracked down on. And
I'm trying to be on TikTok more. My thing is, dude, it's just me doing this. You know, it's just me doing this, and it takes so much time. Plus, I have a full-time job where I pull clips to post.
Yeah.
And then you got to make a shorter clip for TikTok. You got to switch the format on it so it's cell phoneable and things like that. And it's time. And I just don't have time to post all of them.
If you did some TikTok dances in between your content, it could go a long way.
What is TikTok dances? Is that like one of those fucking...
Well, that's how TikTok started. Oh my God, he's dancing. I did not see that.
I was thinking of the Disney. I was thinking of like the Disney skeletons that are fucking doing this shit. You know.
Okay, that was not on my 2024 bingo card.
Why, bitch, I can dance.
I've never seen you dance.
I've impressed people with my dancing before.
I love it. Let's do more of it. Smitty dances. This should be a whole podcast.
It's better if I'm hammered.
There you go. You know? So now you can spend the first half of a podcast drinking, and the second half Smitty's dance party. And you can dance.
We'll do that because
I'll watch the shit out of that.
I'm going to have something in your mouth live tastings on Patreon and things like that. And I could do that. I could just dance before it. We could drink and dance and then fucking put something in your mouth.
Can we talk about something in your mouth for a minute here?
Yeah. I love it. It's my favorite, honestly, of all the radio stuff I've done. And all the cool things we've done together and presented on the radio and things like that. Mm-hmm. This is probably my fucking favorite.
I think it's great. I just think you have a lot of people, because I watched the trailer.
Quite a bit.
You have a lot of people that are willing to do something for you that is horrifying. I mean, God knows what was going to end up in each of these people's mouths. And it's never a good thing. It's not like, oh, that's the most expensive steak in the world that I just got to try. No, it's gross shit that you make people eat. And like you asked me if I would do it, and I said no because first of all, I don't have the stomach for it. Everything makes me sick.
Yeah.
But secondly, you're like you said it's an open invitation, and I'm like, no, go ahead and close that. That's not happening. Dude, I can't believe how many people were like, yes.
You have grown as an individual. I remember when you didn't even eat barbecue until you were like fucking 30. Okay, so you're at a point now where you could put something in your mouth. You're not going to throw up.
I saw.
But you had shitty gallbladder.
Nope. I saw the stuff you were making people eat.
Oh, it's nothing big, dude.
Really? In fact, the one thing that would have been okay with me is the sucker dicks I saw in the trailer. Everything else, I cannot believe people were eating. I love it, though, dude. I think it's amazing, and I really do think it's brilliant, but I just can't believe how many people are like, yeah, let me just do you this favor, Smitty.
I can't even tell you, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I love every single one of those fucking people. And I love you too.
I was going to say, do I not get love because I won't do it?
But every single one of those people that are coming in to do this are just my...
You basically filmed the whole season, right?
No, we've done 3, and we did some yesterday, so we're going on... I almost have 3 fully produced.
Okay.
We do anywhere from a video to 2 videos shot a week.
Okay.
And then I can usually edit 1 to 2 a week.
Where are you coming up with the ideas for the stuff to have in their mouth?
A lot of them, I watch... the Try channel, which is Irish people trying things.
Okay.
And I've fallen in love with that channel and had Claire Cullen from that channel on the podcast.
Yep.
And the shit that they have done is, I think, I stole their editing style, 100%. I stole the basic presentation of it. I did something on your mouth on the radio before with Josh came in and blindfolded himself, and that was where that idea came from. But I'm like, man, I would really love to bring back something in your mouth. And then I saw the fucking Try channel, and I was like, dude, this is, first of all, they were Irish and funny, and that's what I was into it. But the style and the programming is some of the greatest programming that I've fucking ever seen. Yeah. It's so fun. Just the editing style, you know, what is attention spans are so short these days.
Yeah.
People are always, if you go to YouTube videos, they want to skip to the next thing. This basically does it for you. Oh. You know, when you're, I think the main way that people get monetized on YouTube is watch time. There's views, there's subscribers, there's watch time, and watch time is the one that is most used for monetization.
That's where you're getting paid.
So that increases watch time because instead of you skipping to the next thing, it does it for you.
God, there's so much that goes on behind that I did not even realize. I
understand algorithms. I've had to learn it.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I understand algorithms and things like that, but like content you get paid for versus content you don't get paid for. Shit that like you just dealt with where they pulled down your trailer because you used a 100-year-old song that's public domain.
Yeah.
It's a public domain song, and they still flagged you for copyright.
They tried doing that a couple years ago when Levi and I first started living together, and I was like, you know what I want to do? We'll do a live stream on Super Bowl Sunday during halftime because fuck Maroon 5. I'm like, let's do our own halftime stream. And I'm like, I don't know, what should we do? I don't know. I had this shitty old dresser, and we'll just put it on the bonfire pit and torch that motherfucker and put on Tchaikovsky's 1812 Overture.
They pulled it down?
They fucking pulled it down. They muted it. But like with this one, Facebook did not pull the trailer down with O Fortuna in it. It tried to. And then I appealed it, and I said, restore audio. I can have this motherfucker, and they haven't pulled it since. It's been about a week.
I had the Cherry Capital Men's Chorus on my show last week, and they sang a song from like 100 years ago, and it got flagged right away.
Shit, man.
Like right away. And I went, why? Why, Facebook? How can you flag it? And they have paperwork that says they're allowed to perform it. And I still got flagged for it.
No, you just got it. Did you do the restore thing?
So it gave me the option to restore, but it said if I try to restore it and they deem that I'm inappropriately doing so, that they will take away my rights to post on my page.
I didn't get that.
It wasn't worth it for me.
See it.
Yeah, it was like you know more repercussions could come your way, and I was like, well, it's not worth the risk.
And I fully almost expect YouTube at some point to change, and with their copyright template that they have right now, where it's very creator friendly.
Yeah,
there's stuff that will get you blocked, but you can always appeal it. You can mute the segment out, or it'll say you can share revenue with certain artists. There's certain artists that say we're getting paid, but you can still use it. So there's all sorts of ways. But at some point, YouTube is going to, I'm sure, say fuck you, and we're going to change to this other purely creator format.
I'm already confused because I did years ago I did a movie trailer review, and this girl was watching it, and she just has the best facial expressions, and so we posted it, and it got flagged right away and taken down, and I'm like, man, we mirrored it, we did, we talked over it so that it wasn't just the audio, we did everything we could to break it up enough so that we wouldn't get flagged. Probably it was before their mass
what
F
movie?
You to everybody. It was the first It movie. They watched the trailer
so
for
that long ago,
and it was great, and it was really funny, and their facial expressions were awesome, and they pulled it down, and we got penalized for it. And then it's weird to me because I'll sit here and flip through YouTube, and I watch reaction videos all the time, and I haven't figured out how the hell they get away with it, how it hasn't been pulled down. So
I don't know. It could be, I don't know. Maybe it was just the timing on that one. Mm-hmm. Because there's movie reactions for it.
Yeah.
I have there's no really good reason, because I think I don't know that there are some creators that YouTube can pick on specifically more than others. I don't know that to be true. Mm. I think there's always creators that will say that that's happening. We're getting fucking blacklisted by YouTube, fucking blah, 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 blah.
Isn't that every format, though? You got to blame the suits.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
It's fun to blame the suits. I'm a big fucking fan of it.
It's great because when you roll the shit uphill.
Because usually the suits are fucking wrong.
Well, and when you roll it uphill, you don't have to take the blame for it. So,
yeah.
I always blame the suits for everything. That's just the way it is. I think that's in every format of where there's some form of entertainment value. It's always like, oh, I can't do that because of the suits. Even if it's something you don't want to do, you can still blame the suits.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Plus,
get in trouble.
You know me, dude. The way I do it, the way I kind of tend to handle that scenario is right to say, suits don't want me to do it, but I'm gonna fucking do it anyway.
Well, then you get to be the hero because you did what you weren't supposed to do.
That's my preferred way of interacting and doing things. Just do what the fuck I want to do anyway.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that, man.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing honestly, because you have said you don't necessarily do the lowest common denominator thing. I would. Yeah, it was lowest common denominator, but it was more about, I think, you're creating waves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think you you're older now and you're more reserved and you're becoming more yourself on there. But I also think you tend to purposely keep it family friendly.
Nowadays I do.
You don't have a family friendly brain necessarily.
No, not always.
But you got to let yourself out.
The worst of me comes out when my wife's around because she is the oof, dude. She's bad. I love my wife, but she is the reason that I don't always have a family-friendly brain. She brings out the worst in me when it comes to humor.
Fun. Yeah, but that's fun.
Oh, no, it's great.
You're on a format that you can get away with that a little bit.
Dude, I can't tell you how many people say to my wife, they'll go, I don't know how you could stand marrying that type of guy. And my wife just rolling her eyes because she's the one who says the shit that I end up saying the next day on the radio.
That's why I respect her and like her, because she is fairly vocal. You should bring her in here one of these days and we can all three of us do a show.
She'd be down. Yeah. She'd be down for that. Did you just ask for a threesome?
Yep. No.
Hey,
I don't even need to be your dick because I can be at that table right there. I will be at that table. You guys would sit right here, and I would insert myself into your
Could you pick better words?
No, that's actually
I
the
walked
words.
in here today, and the first thing Smitty did when I sat down was turn off the lights.
And I had the candle going.
You did.
You know?
He had the candle going. There was music. It wasn't like sexy time music, but there was music playing. I didn't know if I was
very
about
nice.
to get my what do they call it? Director's couch.
I think it was a very nice setting.
It was. It smelled really good in here. I'm actually. Oh, it is still on.
That candle is at the end of its fucking rope.
We should. I'd love to bring my wife in here. I don't know if she'll. I don't know if she'll come out of her shell and say the things that I'm talking to you about, where she is the raunchy one out of the two of us. But maybe.
I think we can do that.
She might.
Yeah, we could have her in here for it.
Maybe can she wear a mask? God, this all just sounds sexual and weird.
Man, I got eye patches right there. She could just put it over her face if she really wanted to.
God, awkward. But yes, I did deliberately say things back in the day on purpose to try and be different and make waves from what was on the radio up here. And now, I mean, I still find offensive things funny, but probably not as much as I used to.
Yeah, not as much, but it's just I feel like you've gone towards like the family, like friendly sort of side.
Yeah.
And I feel like that frustrates you that you do that. I feel like you wish you were more like you were back then. I don't want to say like you were not the lowest common denominator, but I think you wish you had more of an edge than you do.
I think there are days when I do, and there are days when I don't. Because I had a bad habit of crossing the line. Like, I think it was put to me that, rather than just putting my toe over the line at times, that I would just strap a freaking rocket to my back. Just
yeah, it's like I described. You and my brother Josh would kind of describe it the same as. You just go from level 4 to level 11. There's no fucking in between. Oh, we're doing this. Amp it up, bitch. You know what I mean?
It was, dude. And I think there were different versions of the show too. Like there was the first version of my show, and it was just me. There was Cartman in the morning, and there was blue humor there, and there was probably some stuff that would get me canceled today. Then there was the Rock and Roll Freak Show.
Let's see. What the fuck would you have done back then? I know there were period blood jokes.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
There were period blood jokes. So, I mean, I'm trying to think of like what you did back then.
I'm not saying, but there was a lot of stuff.
No, why not? Let's talk about it.
Let's not.
Right. Well, I want to revisit it. I want to be like, yep, can't do that anymore.
No, what happened. What got really bad was when we became a 3-person morning show. I still love my co-hosts. I mean, we definitely had our disagreements and things like that, but there was something magical about that time when it was being called the Rock and Roll Freak Show. It was the Wild West of radio for us, dude. We got away with so much, and our boss couldn't hear the station because he lived out of the market. We weren't streaming. So, like, there was just a lot, but that became a situation where I had always made inappropriate jokes, but then my co-hosts would come over the top, and they would just keep leveling up to the point where we probably could have lost a license at least once or twice from the FCC for things that were said.
But yeah, now by contrast, I think you're afraid to test those waters.
I have tested a little bit. Like,
because you know how it feels when it gets too much.
I mean, I talked donkey shows today on my show.
Did you really?
Yeah. So I didn't go into detail about the donkey shows, but it came up.
You don't need to go into detail with a donkey show. You say donkey show, people know exactly what the fuck you're talking about.
Right. Well, and I think that actually, to me, too, has become more fun, is the art of saying it without having to actually say it. Like, I almost feel like at times it makes it so much funnier. And I didn't used to think that. I used to think, oh, no, just say it directly. It's way funnier. Mm-hmm. But then, I found out all these fun ways to say penis without actually having to say penis, and it was fun. Yeah. Like, so that also has become something that I have been super interested in the last few years, is ways of saying something without actually saying it on the air. Yeah. And I enjoy that.
No, and it's the same thing with swearing. Like, I swear a lot, clearly. Yeah. It's been a public thing for a long time. What that doesn't mean, I don't swear when I write. I don't swear if I'm doing something like radio, halfway professionally. I don't swear when I'm talking to my grandma. And well, she's dead, so that doesn't happen anymore. And I say fuck all the time. But it's not that. No, you have to be.
Just say that.
If you're. If
You can't just say that shit.
what, she's dead. How are you gonna dance around that thing? You know, I'm not gonna dance around my grandma's grave. We'll just jump right on it. Sorry, Grandma. She can't hear me. What the fuck am I saying?
Oh my god. Oh shit.
Anyway,
I gotta get my
what was I saying? I forgot.
You were talking about your dead grandma and dancing.
Before that, everything's gone. Everything's gone. Anyway,
Okay.
you have to be super. You have to be a lot more creative.
Yes.
With music.
Yes.
With jokes. It's like you go back and watch some old stand-up comedy. You know, where they have to worry about censor boards. Same with music. You can find so much more creative ways to say things.
Yeah.
You know, when you're writing, okay, and this is another great example. I'm listening to Dave Grohl's book, okay, an audio book, and he's narrating, and you know Dave Grohl fucking swears like a sailor, like me.
Yep.
And in the book, he barely ever swears. It's just like that is a in front of friends sort of thing when
Right.
you're talking and bullshitting and shucking and jiving, as my dad used to say. But then when you're sitting there doing that, if you're doing a bunch of fucks and writing a bunch of shits, that's why I don't like usually music with a lot of swearing in it.
Yeah.
You know, because it's just then it's unimaginative.
Well, I had
lot
a
of times.
guy. I changed the name, so I've always played a game called Hollywood Hell, and I just changed it to Hollywood Helium because it made more sense. Because Hollywood Hell evolved from like it started out with today's movie as read by a priest and a nun, and like I would do these stupid voices, and then it became where I make the voices super deep and try to make it confusing for people, and then it became where I just raised the voices and made it sound like the actors and actresses sucked in helium. So I just changed the name to Hollywood Helium because it made more sense than calling it Hollywood Hell. It didn't really. I got a message from a guy who's like, "PC, please crack down on you, huh?" And I'm like, "No, I just changed the name because it makes sense."
Yeah.
Like it just made
That's
sense.
just some
to call
dumbass motherfucker. We talk about people that refuse to like see new points of views, and you refuse to like let new things and change in. That's the thing where you're fucking PC now. You shouldn't grow as a human.
Well, I
Fuck
did
off.
respond to him. I did respond, and I told him, I'm like, it just makes sense, man. And he was like, okay, cool. But I mean, at first, I did. My radar started going, oh, great, this guy wants to pick a fight because they changed the name of a radio.
Yeah,
bit.
because there's always somebody that has to pick a fucking fight.
I'll tell you what, the text lines are the worst. That was the worst addition to the radio
Once
show.
you get rid of them.
Because
I'm not using it anymore.
because people tend to
Yeah,
text more than
Cartman
they do
on
call.
the radio.
But I just, man, like it gives people that sense of they can say whatever they want without getting punched in the face or without getting a verbal reaction out of me, because they could text me and I might not see it for 20 minutes. The thing is, I do have phone numbers and I do have a program. I can get anybody's name easily that calls, but it's just and that's my favorite way to answer usually is if I see it like 20 minutes later, I'll look up the number on this program and it'll tell me their exact name and I will respond, "I'm sorry, Edward, whatever.
Sorry, Edward Scissorhands,
I
go fuck
apologize
yourself."
you hate this show, but I do think it was wrong of you to call me a blah, 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 blah." And a lot of times I'll look him up on Facebook and I'll just be like, "Oh, he works here. Maybe I should swing by your workplace and call you some names," and I'll put the workplace in there. Dude, people freak out so quick.
Because they don't think you have their number.
Well, I think they know now that we have the number, but I don't think that they realize how easy it is and how many free programs there are online to get anything you want to know about somebody who's calling you.
Yeah.
Like super easy, dude. And it doesn't cost a cent. And it's my greatest tool in dealing with tools is responding with their name and
Dude,
where they work.
I don't think I haven't responded negatively to anybody who's talked shit on YouTube in a while. I just let it go. I just stopped unless somebody's getting really stupid and they need to get shut down. I just fucking let it go. But like Donna's comment, I'd normally let things go, but it was just such a funny comment. I'm like, all right, I'm using it for this bit. But I've had people fucking, that I talk too much. I'm like, that's what I do. What the fuck? Why would I argue
podcast.
with that? I'd talk, It's like when I came back to, when I started doing the morning show, one of the comments under the fucking post that announced me coming to the morning show was like, oh God, he just sounds like he's fucking laughing at his own jokes, sitting up drinking a bunch of fucking Red Bull. And I'm like, how can he get mad?
That's your thing. Like, look, if people get specifically on the YouTube realm here, let's not even the radio world, whatever, it is what it is. We all have our own sound. We all have our own thing. But if you're watching a podcast, literally, you're watching for somebody who's talking and generally usually giving an opinion.
A reaction video specifically. They're like, you're talking over the movie. You're talking. I'm like, I'm supposed to fucking do commentary, motherfucker.
You're literally reacting. It says reaction video. Like, what sense does it make to get pissed about that?
It's just I just laugh.
And you have
move
to.
The fuck on.
But you also have to do that. You have to interrupt the music and talk over it, or you'll get flagged.
That's the whole point. That's the way around it. That's why people pause. That's why people do all these things,
I used to argue with people on different platforms, and I don't argue as much anymore. A friend of mine actually was the one who said, start responding with like puppies or kittens and saying, I'm sorry I ruined your day. Here's a puppy or kitten picture. And I started with that. I don't even do that anymore now. I literally, if somebody is just being an ass, I ban them. They're gone. So
it's not worth fucking time, dude.
It's not. And I'm sitting here like, I'm happy knowing like somebody might be seeing this podcast right now going, is that why I can't see the station's Facebook or his show Facebook page anymore? Because he banned me? Yes, that's exactly why.
You specifically, fuckface.
You can't find the pages anymore because you've been banned. Most likely because you're an asshole.
I'm trying to see what the fuck time it is with my shitty eyes.
It's 1:37.
Oh, I thought it was 1:57.
What time did we start?
Late. We started a little while ago.
Are we allowed to talk? I don't know how long you go. What's your...
well, I'm going to pee. I'm going to get up and pee here real quick. But I thought you had to leave it too.
I'm whatever. If you want to wrap up, we could wrap up, dude. Like, it's cool. My whole day was made when you talked about your dead grandma and then laughed about it.
Well, I wasn't happy she died. You were.
I was not. Okay, because I laughed. I was not happy. I laughed at what you said and how you said it. Please don't. Look, doesn't your aunt hate me? Let's not give her another reason.
I think she does still hate you, actually.
You brought that up on the last podcast we were on. I'm like, I don't need to have her hate me even more.
You don't care. I mean, I think you do.
You know what? Honestly, if it was just some random person, no. But because you know them and they're related to you, it bothers me.
I know.
It eats at my soul. Like,
but it's not like I didn't have your back.
No, I know. I'm just, it's like Smitty and I, we're cool. We like each other. We're friends. Me and Smitty's mom, we're friends on Facebook.
What about my mom? I'm just kidding.
I'm like, why does her sister hate me?
I had you back, though.
Yeah, well, last podcast I went home and I had a hard time sleeping because I kept thinking about your
You
stupid
did not.
aunt. I did. I was so
God.
mad at your aunt for not liking me. Like, what is it? Why does she hate me? Like, what did I do that really upset her?
We talked about it.
Because I was a little raunchy? I'm not raunchy anymore. What's her name? First name?
Julie.
Can I? Is it?
Go for it. I'll send this to her.
Julie. This is not a joke. You don't laughing because of him. But it hurts my heart to know you don't like me. And I want to know how I can make it right. I will send flowers. I will send candy.
You should go work in her garden and help her till or something. It's right on.
If I don't have to get down on my knees because I won't get back up, I will help you with your garden. Just don't hate me, Julie.
Just do a quick jaunt to Rapid City. Yeah, just help her in the yard. That's probably what could make her change her mind.
Julie is probably not going to believe this, but it truly breaks my heart to know that she doesn't like me. I can't handle that.
You should. I feel bad now.
It's not that though, dude. Like today, I found out somebody who I thought I was pretty good friends with throughout high school. They unfriended me on Facebook.
Really?
And I was like, "What did I do? Why do you hate me?"
Man, I had one recently. If this person's listening or watching, it is what it is. But we were friends for a long time. He unfriended me like a year or two ago, and then recently refriended me. And then just immediately started talking about, oh, you want to do this podcast thing together? You want to do this podcast thing together? And I was just like, no.
Huh.
Not really.
Do you know why he unfriended you?
No.
Yeah. Isn't it weird that you, like, I don't know if you care, like, if you genuinely care, but, like, I was really bothered when I found out this person unfriended me today because I was like, I thought we were cool. Like, we have conversations on Messenger. Nothing's ever been bad. It was just kind of like a weird thing. And I was like, what did I do? What did I post or do to piss this person off? And it probably has nothing to do with me. Like, there's a good chance they just unfriended a bunch of people who they're not close to anymore.
Fair, yeah.
But, dude, oh, my God.
But you got to realize, but, like, I don't know. I've had people unfriend me that weren't friends necessarily, but I've had people unfriend me.
Do you remember when I unfriended you?
Yeah.
I mass unfriended all of you dicks.
This was a classic case of Cartman going from 4 to 11. I think, what the fuck?
I used the word sheeple.
You were very...
I hate that word, but I used it back then.
Yeah.
And when I said sheeple...
Talking about political things.
You got an army of people.
Did you get an army?
There was like 8 of you. And they kept posting sheep on my page.
We photoshopped sheep into the Rock 105 fucking Cartman morning show with sheep and sheeple. And
what's hilarious is I think it's funny now.
It was fucking hilarious then too. It was sheep in the morning.
I got so pissed. I wonder
if we still have some of those. You still are not friends with McTighe on Facebook.
Really?
Yeah. He's like, I don't know if he wants me to tell you, but I said it just then. He's like, is it
all right if I just talk directly to the camera?
He's never friended me after he unfriended me.
Ryan, this is becoming a really weird podcast today, but
it's fucking Cartman's apology tour.
I didn't realize. I really, truly did not realize that I did not friend you back. I hope that when I send a friend request later today, that we could look past this last 8 years.
Last 8 years of fucking division.
8 years of division and not being friends on Facebook, and we can rekindle our friendship. I literally didn't know. Oh my God, I feel like a dick.
And that is the natural. That is the natural closing point.
Can I do it right now? No, wait. I want to do it before you get off. Hold on.
You're gonna send him a friend request?
I want to send him a friend request.
Well, I don't want to stick around to see if he accepts it or not.
Okay, hold on. Well, he's not gonna. Dude, there's no way. If I remember, Ryan's not gonna be the dude who's sitting right there on his phone all the time, is he?
Unless he's at work.
Holy shit, you're right. We are not friends on Facebook. We have 18 mutual friends. Oh my God. I'm an ass. Okay. I just sent him a friend request.
You probably won't see this because he does listen and watch the podcast. So he'll probably, this will be out by Friday, I would say. Maybe Friday.
All right.
So,
well, if I'm coming on again,
maybe Wednesday.
I'll try and come up with another list of people I owe apologies to. Julie.
Dude, honestly, Cartman's apology tour. It's fun. You don't need to apologize to that many more people. There's probably a few you do.
I don't think I needed to apologize to Julie personally, but
you did it.
I want her to be my friend.
What? She is actually a very nice person, and she's fun to actually talk to.
I think she probably is. Your mom's cool as shit.
Yeah. We're all cool, man.
I'm not friends. Is your dad on Facebook?
Fuck no, he's not.
I was gonna say, I sent him a friend request.
Nope, and he better never. Ever.
Why?
Because I don't want to deal with that either. It's already rough having my fucking mom on there. I love her.
That might be the natural ending point.
Maybe I should say sorry to my mom. It's fucking apology to her. Mom, I'm sorry that you're on Facebook, and I'm not even apologizing for my behavior. I'm just sorry you're on Facebook. Okay? That being said, we're going to get the fuck out of here. Please subscribe to the YouTubes and, of course, the new Something in Your Mouth YouTube page as well. That link is somewhere in this description. And Patreon, $3 a month. I'm switching things around for Something in Your Mouth on Patreon. Details for that coming soon, yes.
One like or share, and you could help feed Smitty.
But it's not even, I want to stress this too, real quick while we're on this point. It's not even like and share as much as it is commenting.
Comment.
Liking or commenting, man. That, especially on YouTube, is such a great way. Just, hey, great show. Shitty show. Fuck off. I don't give a fuck. You know, say whatever you want. Say whatever you want. Anyway, what the fuck else I got?
Isn't that awesome, though, that if somebody who hates you trolls you, you can make money?
Yeah.
Like, I never even thought about that.
It's fantastic.
It's almost great to have haters.
No, it's great. And I never, ever remove comments. You know, and I probably should actually engage. And that was one thing we were talking about, anger issues. I know we're fucking going off into another realm here as I was about to close out, but the anger issues thing and not engaging, that's the one thing a lot of times where I tell myself, I need to bring that out. I need to get back into that sort of fucking fuck off mode. You know what I mean?
Well, the other commenters who love you will see it and they will love it. And then the person who hates you is going to comment back.
Historically, I don't want to say I pick fights necessarily, but I don't back away from them, especially online.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I don't do that at all now. So, anyway, growing.
Ryan, I'm sorry about the Facebook.
You need to regress a little bit. You guys should kiss. You know, you both could come here. Honestly, this fucking picture.
It can show the whole photo. It was the three of us.
Yeah, hang on one second.
Hang on one second. Three amigos, not the two.
Okay, so we're back on here. Hey, I got to fucking bring the full picture up. I had initially just photoshopped Ryan out of it. What is this from? 2008 probably? Maybe 2009?
That's what I think you said.
It was that Taste of Home, the first Taste of Home in Petoskey.
Taste of Home Cooking School. There it is.
Yeah. Oh, I could have just done that. So there we go. Honestly, we could have Ryan come in. And what is this? There we go. Oh, look at that. Then you guys could we could turn the lights off for you guys.
Let's not make this awkward. I mean, it's already gotten a little awkward.
You're the one making it awkward. There's nothing awkward about this. I realize I'm off camera fucking a lot like this, leaning like this. I didn't fucking figure out my camera right. Anyway,
awkward.
It's fine. It's great. Nope. You know? All sorts of cool shit.
It's getting weird.
You're a fucking awesome human being for coming on and doing your apology tour.
I appreciate you having me on. It's fun.
It's
a little weird looking at yourself on a monitor.
No, it's not. It's
throwing me off a little bit.
I have to turn it off when we're tasting, doing things. That's why I keep it minimized so you can't see it. Because it will fuck with you. It's distracting. I hate looking at myself. And that does it for us. We're getting the flock out of here.
Did he end me?
Huh? Oh, update.
I had a notification. It's not him.
Oh. Come on, Ryan. If Ryan, if you have not accepted his friend request by the time this podcast airs, which will be 2 to 4 days from now, what are we getting? Man, that'd be a real drama.
I actually saw I had a message on Messenger too, and I was like getting ready to open it up and thinking it was Ryan. Like, fuck you. Fuck your friend request.
Fuck your friend request. But please love me and subscribe.
So long, sucker.
Good night, everybody.
I am so sorry for everything that has happened.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, all right, I'll see you guys there. By the bar and get your face, don't you? Get me paid, bitch.
Sit, boo-boo, sit. Good dog.
I love y'all very much. Peace out.
Good night, ladies.
Good night, sir. What the hell? Everything!